Hi everyone, I'm Vanessa Daughtry and I just want to invite you to come and join in for the winter course at St Barnabas College. It's a course around self-care skills. Well, I originally came from a faith and art background. I lost my way. I spent a year listening. I found that I had energy for accompanying people in pain, and so I trained as a counsellor or psychotherapist, and I've been doing that now for over a decade. I tend to focus on complex trauma, accompanying people out of that, and also addiction recovery. But I enjoy general practice as well, working with families, couples, young people, depression, anxiety. But I've enjoyed teaching adults as well. So I'm an adult educator at a tertiary level. So these skills have come out of both my professional experience and my teaching practice. I've been accompanying students who work in a similar field to myself for years and just helping them to build these skills to prevent burnout in their own profession.
Okay.
Well, when I first started practicing, I was referred a client or a person, I like to call them, who had the most dreadful story I've come across of childhood abuse. It was horrific, reading the case notes, and soon after that I found myself feeling physically heavy with the distress, the traumatic distress of knowing that story. I was also finding that my sense of safety, my internal safety, was deeply shaken. This is vicarious trauma, I realised. And so I began hunting and praying for quite what to do to survive in my field. I felt vocationally called to it, and I was mystified as to how difficult it was. So these precious skills are things that I've discovered on the way that hopefully will be helpful to many others. It seems so from feedback. Well, it's targeted towards people helpers of any profession, which of course includes those in ministry. And it may particularly be helpful for people who are just beginning, who want to avoid burnout, who want to prepare themselves and arm themselves with skills. And it's also can be very helpful for those who've already been burnt and who want to reinvigorate their way of working, perhaps. I'm hoping that it will help them find their way back to some safer ways of practicing. Well, I think most importantly, it's empathy or connection with other people at a deep level is very powerful when it comes to people helping. Now, there's a risk with this. Importantly, we need to understand that we can unconsciously catch another person's pain. Now, the question is, what do we do with it? What's it called? So that's what this course addresses. Now, some of us are particularly at risk. Those of us who are best at connecting empathically are the most at risk of this. And there's no shame with that. It's a sign of a strength, I think. And then some of us have hardened ourselves and avoid connection in our work as people helpers for fear of being burnt in this way. So this course can help us to learn how to move in and then out of empathy, to be in charge of that process, so that it returns our sense of, I guess, power, in a sense, back to ourselves, for ourselves. So there's three main things that we focus on in the course, and it's very much practical, active, creative kind of approaches as much as we can.
Yep.
So the first one is the thing that I've already been talking about. We develop body awareness skills to be able to actually become aware of how we can move in and out of that connection with people. So that's the first thing. And the next thing that the research indicates is that sometimes as people helpers we have excessive beliefs around responsibility. So we might take on the responsibility for a person, their spiritual care or their the client's needs, and we might consider ourselves the expert and needing to solve the problem or fix the problem. Well, this kind of thinking is not only unhelpful in terms of a trauma-informed practice where you're empowering and accompanying the person, but also unhelpful for our own well-being. It can often make us quite vulnerable to carrying stress, whether it's just ordinary everyday stress or whether it's stress that's related to distressing stories of trauma. Either way, it's not helpful. So that's the second thing. And then thirdly, we'll be seeking out some stories, remembering some stories around the moments or relationships in your professional life where you perhaps have grown as a result of that person. It may not be the easiest relationships, often those ones where we grow, but also perhaps those relationships where there has been a sense of compassion and satisfaction, or really something really good was happening. So we'll try and thicken up those stories. So vicarious growth and compassion satisfaction, as opposed to compassion fatigue and vicarious trauma. Okay. So it's a way of thickening up what's good. And then also there's for those who are people of faith, we can draw on that as part of the storytelling. I won't say much more, but there is a Christian approach to accompany people around their stories that may well be useful. We'll see what people want to do in the course, what they're open to.
Okay.
So I just want to say also that as part of the course, I like to work in a trauma-informed way in every class, even though you never know when trauma is going to be present in the room. But really, what that looks like is just that it's coming alongside students. It's not expecting them to do things they're uncomfortable with. It's about creating a safe space where there's choice, where there's collaboration, where they're empowered, rather than me being some kind of boss. Definitely, I'd welcome them back, particularly because it's a skills-based course, and as we all know, skills need practice, and it's good to do refresher courses. So if they would like to come back, I would really welcome them. It'd be lovely to see them again. They were a great group. So I'm always trying to learn from feedback, and I believe it'll be better. And then if people are looking for something more, I can also offer group supervision or individual supervision, which can actually draw on these skills as well, if anyone's interested.
What was some of the general feedback that you received last year for running this course?
Well, generally, it was very positive. Generally, people seemed to do some hard work and come out of it feeling empowered in their own self-care. One comment in particular struck me, that this person said thank you, that when she arrived she was feeling overwhelmed by her work as a chaplain in schools, and she was taking on a lot of other people's pain, and she was just saying, I realise now I don't have to do that it's empowered me, and I want to thank you for that. So that was the choice comment to me. That's what I'm hoping will happen if anyone's feeling like that, overwhelmed. But generally I've been practising teaching for quite a long time, and I come from a creative background. I don't like a dull classroom. I like to keep it pretty lively, so it could be fun. I'm hoping that's what generally they seem to think. So, there we go.
Thank you, Vanessa.
Pleasure.